If you need to add more accounts in the Zoho, one of the ways which I found very useful is using LinkedIn. I start with using one geographical location, one state, or one even specifically one particular metropolitan area as the as a key and the location. So I cannot do it for the entire US. It's you will get many number of accounts, many different entries, which will be very difficult to manage. So I start with just one location and look for all the companies, all the accounts in that region. Um, how you do is go to the search button on LinkedIn, search with SAP and the keyword or the location name, say SAP Boston. I get a list of them. Then I select the location as Boston so that all the non-Boston with a Boston keyword entries are gone off. I will get only the accounts which are there in in Boston with SAP keyword. I then see which of them, there will be a list of companies on the left side which you can select from. I then look at the companies and make a note separately of all those companies which have the maximum number of contacts on the right. But then an important point here is you will see the first top five or top seven or maybe top 10. I don't remember the number exactly. Some of the top few companies onto the left side. You don't see all the companies. So the next step I do is I do SAP and then I use a minus symbol with the company's names. So for example, mm, Hershey's is one of the name that come up. So I say SAP minus Hershey, and then I get all the accounts, all the contacts which do not have the Hershey keyword. So, and I do it for the first five or seven accounts. So, SAP minus X minus Y minus Z and so on. So I get the remaining accounts without those keywords, which means the company list that I have on the left will be changed, which all the previous companies will be gone now. So I get the next set of companies with little less number of SAP with the contacts with SAP keywords. So I note down them and then I repeat the process. So I remove the other next five or seven accounts from the search keyword, and then I keep following it till I end up with very few accounts or accounts with say one or none as SAP contacts. So if you repeat this process for one geographical location, you can do it for the remaining geographical location, and you can keep adding. You will ensure that almost all the accounts are being added up. This is one thing which I do. The second important thing which you can look at is when you're looking at the profile while finding contacts or doing something else. When you're looking at a profile and a person is in say Boston or say in Philadelphia, most likely his previous companies will also be in the same region. So I pick up uh, and all the names, see if they are into SAP, and then I note it separately. I generally don't mix up doing different activities. So if I'm finding out contacts that time, I don't go and create accounts. I just note down the name of the account in a notepad and save it for later. So when I'm creating the accounts in that later point of time, that notepad is very handy when I have a list of those accounts ready, and then I do this work. The moment I have the list of accounts ready, I put them in Zoho and update with all the information. In this case, also I find Zixo very important, very helpful. Zixo doesn't ask you for credits or ask you to pay anything to find details about the company. So you can just search with the name, and most of the information that we need to update Zoho are readily available. It has a website, it has the board phone number, very important, the board phone number. It also has the complete address, including the complete street address, the state, and the city, and so on. It also gives a brief expert of brief summary of what the company does. So even that's helpful, which I've always put in the description, so that I know which industry or what kind of role the company does, or what kind of job of services or products the company has, and most of the information are already available. It also gives me the size of the company in terms of whether it's over how many millions, how many billions the company's turnover is, and how many employees the company. So I roughly know which category or my ABC category, the ABC prospect do I need to put the company in, and so on and so forth. I used to do some Google about the company earlier. I don't do it anymore because most of the information I already find in Zixo. If I don't find anything specifically, then I have to go and look for it. So that's all I do when I'm creating the a new account in Zoho.